emerging data challenges. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Number one, there's no universal structure to agent data. Universal, like everyone is doing it, including that guy named Bob, and structure, like they're doing it in a very intentional way with a purpose. There's meaning behind it. There's a reason for it. Universal structure. See, can you hear my chair squeaking? I need to get a new chair. It's really squeaky. See, when you collect data, I'm getting really intense right now. This is a very intense conversation. When you collect data, you have to determine how you're going to store it. And I don't just mean in what system. I mean, how do we organize it? And what do we name fields and objects? Just think about any time that someone has dropped an insurance lingo about something in their system, and you've literally thought or blurted out, oh, yeah. Well, yeah, no, yes. We just call it this. We're all collecting the same data, but we're organizing it and naming it differently. Same data, totally different names. Dudes, 3 problems with the way this is set up right now. Number one, if 1,000 different agencies are structuring, organizing, naming their data 1,000 different ways, then when one of them goes to their tech vendor and says, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Tech Vendor, you don't have a gender, but I need to pull a report that says XYZ, then the tech vendor, so sorry for the person who gets that phone call, but the tech vendor has to figure out which of the 1,000 report explanations they've got to give. Oh my gosh. By the way, there's 27,000 different agencies. 27,000? 27,000. I think it's 27. That's what they tell me, at least. It's probably more than that. Yeah. When you're collecting data, you're collecting it with a purpose. Right now, to protect yourself against E&O exposures, to have a client record, but in the future, to be able to predict what your client may do or may need based off of past actions and other information. Okay, the way I describe it, think about your relationship. First date, awesome. And you talked about things like cute things, like what's your favorite color and what's your favorite song, which is basically the same thing as saying, look, I don't know you. But second date, third date, fourth date, marriage, maybe there were more dates in between fourth date and marriage. You started to get to know them more. You started collecting more data to the point where you could predict things like, if you don't turn off all the lights in the room when you leave, or at least give her a week notice of your plans, or just finish the home remodeling project that you started. Ooh! Obviously, I don't do any of that. I'm just trying to relate. But here's the point. Soon our customers will expect, all of our customers, because there's some of you guys thinking out there right now, well, not my customers. All of our customers are going to expect us to be that proactive. But if we can't agree upon data organization and terminology, then the tools with that kind of predictive power won't be able to understand or decipher the information that we load into them. Structure is a key to the next phase of technology. Finally, if we want agents and carriers to talk digitally, to have internet kumbaya, then we need to give them a universal language. Let me put it another way. There is no way that carriers, hundreds of carriers, are interested in the Rosetta Stone for data. 2, our base systems aren't capturing all the data that we need. Yes, having contact information, geographic information, coverage information is crucial. We've got to know who our customers are, how to contact them, at least a little bit about where they are, and what insurance they bought from us. That is crucial. But we need more than that. How many times did your clients call the office or email the office? What did they ask? Did those problems get solved? And how long did it take for the problems to get solved? I mean, those are just a few of the questions that I think any business would want to know about what is going on inside their agency. Imagine if you could see where friction was happening, what it was costing you, and you had proof of it. How much clearer is it for you to make strategic business decisions and have conversations with strategic partners? We can have a digital footprint of everything going on in our agency at any given time. Can. And that's the problem. Is we're right now we're blind to what's truly going on inside the agency, and carriers are blind to it as well. So it's difficult to make decisions for growth. 3, our data is all over the place. Ugh, how did we get here? You know, when most of our base systems didn't open up and we had all these disparate tools, disparately created tools, you know, isolated builds coming in saying, buy us, you're gonna have the best customer experience. We started duct taping all these things together, and now we're here. Woo! Now we've got data in this dashboard, and then that's dashboard, and that dashboard over here, and then have you seen this dashboard? It's really cool. It's bananas and impossible for any team member to get a 360-degree view of any customer at any time. 4, incomplete or flawed input. This is exactly what it says it is. If you've got fields missing or things in the wrong place, it's going to be a huge hindrance to how you'll be able to use that data. If you've got a phone number field, but don't know whether it's a business's landline or a cell phone, how can you set up an automated text that's a renewal notice to clients who are interested? Or what if the phone number isn't even there at all? It's like, oh, we were gonna call you, but we're not gonna do that. I have this feeling that data cleanup strategies are going to be a thing in 2020. 5, no universal structure to carrier data. And for all the same reasons that that's an issue for agencies, it's also an issue for carriers. And the reverse of that last issue, right? Thinking back about that agent carrier highway, agents need that universal language to digitally talk to carriers just as much as carriers need that language to talk to agents. It's just internet kumbaya. 6, data ownership. Ooh, love this one. I guarantee you ownership is going to become a more and more pressing issue coming into 2020. And not just because of practices like data muling, which if you haven't watched that video, go watch that video, bro. But also because more agents are gonna wanna do more with their data. You know, what once was a few crazy agents trying these crazy things is going to start to become the norm, and it's going to be a rising challenge for the industry. Oh, it's funny. I did this interview with Ryan Hanley a few months ago, and he talked about how our marketing message should be all about freedom. And at the time, I was like, freedom? Like freedom? Freedom, okay. And then I just listened, and I realized that the way agents describe the current tech environment is that it feels like they're in a cage. It feels like they're boxed in with this low ceiling that just keeps getting lower and lower and lower, you know, relative to how much higher everybody else's ceilings outside the industry are. More and more and more agents want these to power tools that help them give their customers the best possible experience. And the first step towards that is truly owning their data. 7. I don't have a 7. But truthfully, honestly, I want to know what your 7 is. Did I miss something? Is there something you would add to this list? What do you think? What data challenges are you facing coming into 2020? Drop a comment below, above, to the side, wherever you want. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.